We got some vaccine news this week. The CDC formally approved last month's ACIP recommendations. We've talked a lot about this, but just to reiterate, they recommended the chickenpox vaccine be given separately from MMR, which is measles, mumps, and rubella. And there's no longer a blanket recommendation for all seniors for COVID-19, and said they want seniors to discuss it with their doctor. It took a minute for the CDC to, quote, sign off on these recommendations. Where do we go from here, Katelyn?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like finally, right after this series of stalled dominoes of the fall vaccine rollout, you're right. Monday marked really the last step that CDC's director signed off. And now RSV, flu, and COVID vaccines are going to be widely available. I've been a little disappointed with the headlines that we've seen this week. Like, bottom line is that RSV, flu, and COVID-19 vaccines are available to a wide swath of people. The CDC recommendation is slightly different than last year's. It includes this language called shared clinical decision making. And really, it's it's what doctors and pharmacists are already supposed to be doing, right? Empowering Americans to make the best evidence-informed decisions. Historically, shared clinical decision-making has been used for vaccines that aren't routinely used for everyone or recommended for everyone. So, for example, the HPV for adults vaccine comes to mind with shared clinical decision making. And so I think HHS added this statement for COVID-19 vaccines just to make it seem like they're giving choice back to individuals when they really had it all along. But in practice, this makes little to no difference to the average American. You're going to have a conversation with your doctor or your pharmacist. You may have to sign a document. You'll look at the risks versus benefits, and that person gets to make the final decision on whether they want the vaccine or not. So
it's like all of America's doctors and pharmacists were waiting for HHS to tell them that they should have clinical decisions or make clinical decisions with their patients. They're like, oh, thank you. Now I can actually advise my patients.
Yeah, totally. And that is just such a slight to physicians and pharmacists. I think it's also in the playbook, right, of anti-vaxxers. They've always kind of talked about this informed consent perceived problem